Salut tout le monde, c'est GabMorrison, en direct de Malte avec mon gars Spookz. How are you, bro?
No, I'm cool, man. How you doing? How's your day going?
Très bien, très bien, très bien.
Yeah,
Toujours, mon gars.
good, très bien.
Déjà, premièrement, on est où en fait?
Right now we're in Ta Giorni. It used to be the slums, but right now it's a residential area. There's bad people, you know, loads of money and stuff. But ain't really that much going on anymore. Just chilling, really. You know what I'm saying?
Bon, déjà, je te laisse te présenter.
Oh, I'm Spookz The Kidd. That's my stage name right now. I'm a Maltese Jamaican international. You know what I'm saying? My family is really known here for a lot of things, mainly for football, believe it or not. But I'm just trying to make my way through music, you know, tell my story. That's me though. That's me. I was born here, right? But my dad is Jamaican English, but my mom's Maltese. So like that's basically my origin. But I remember when I was like 7 years old, we had moved to North Africa for like 5 years. It was Libya, by the way. Pretty crazy experience thinking about it now, because I remember when I was younger, I used to talk about it and it would be only positive things. But when I hear the stories about how it was when I was living there now, it was madness, bro. Like absolute, like real crazy shit was going on, bro. To be fair, it was a dictatorship, but yeah, that's about it. And then I came back when I was about 12 years old. I'm like 23 now, so that was about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And yeah, here we are, bro.
And did you start music in Malta?
Originally, like, I started rapping when I was about, I think I dropped my first ever song on like YouTube when I was like 15. But first song I wrote, I think I was about 12 years old. Like music has always been a real big part of me, but I never thought I could really do it because it's a small island. No one really appreciates hip hop like they do here, like they do in other countries. But you know, I still kept it pushing. It was more like, I think for me and stuff, you know what I mean? More or less every album that I have on my wall is a huge memento on how I feel about music. Like if you look at all the mixtapes I got on here, you got your Cole, you got your Logic, your Ross, your Tribe Called Quest. A lot of niggas don't like this Eminem album, bro. I feel to relapse so hard, bro. And then if you come over here, you see my door. I don't even know where to start with this, bro. All of these are basically more or less completely different albums, complete different subgenres of rap. But shout out to my nigga Kasky, bro. That's my goat. Like I swear.
And who is your favorite rapper?
Right now?
All of time.
All time? This is hard for me. Like super hard because you have to think about certain generations and certain times that music was coming out. But for me, like, call me corny all you want, but I have Rap Back tattooed on my arm for a reason. That's my boy Logic.
Bro, since when are you living in this hood?
Probably say about my whole life, because I remember when we came back from living in North Africa, I was staying at my grandma's house, which is just around the block over here. Well, I think after that, we had just bought an apartment. You see behind these residential, these government flats over here? Behind that, there's an apartment building, and that's where we used to live. Then we moved across the road from there, whilst these apartment buildings was being built, just to stay at my aunt's house whilst it was done. 8 years later, we're still in the same hood, you know? My parents and my family and my homies, they don't give a fuck. Like, this is the nicest area to live in because it's like in the middle of everything. And obviously, if you know what Malta's like, it's a small fucking place, bro.
Yeah, it's really small. So to do music in Malta is difficult.
It depends on who your audience is. A lot of niggas nowadays be recruiting youngins, like 12, 13-year-olds, to be promoting their music for them, when really all they be doing is just rapping about a whole lot of violence and a whole lot of bullshit and stuff, you know? Like, there was a time where I was that kind of guy, because, you know, what's gonna make people talk? What's gonna make people be like, oh shit, this nigga's really with the shit. Just be violent, you know? Just be outlandish as possible. Niggas can be as violent as they want in their lyrics, but they don't really know what the fuck they saying, you know? It's pretty basic. When I rap, like, I want niggas to know that, yeah, I've been involved in shit, but I ain't really walking around looking for beef or any of that, you know?
Entre les artistes ici, c'est comment la mentalité à Malte?
Yeah, everybody in the UK is part of a postcode war. In Malta, if anybody fighting over a postcode, you dumb as fuck, bro. Like, niggas here just want to be known as that guy who really be out here, really with the shits, really in these streets. I'd say there are about maybe 2 rappers on this island who really been through it and are still going through it to this day. I fucks with them, you know, and they fucks with me too, because they know I can rap. But like, look, I have nothing but love and respect for anybody who picks up the mic and tries to tell a story or their story through music. Because in Malta, there ain't nobody doing that shit. A lot of niggas say that they like each other and they got homies and they're cool and this and that. But they always be chatting shit behind closed doors, bro. They always got something to say. Everybody want to add their own opinion and their 2 cents to any conversation, whether it's positive or negative. Me, I just do me because I ain't got shit to say no more, you know? But right now, we're just seeing like a whole lot of nothing because down here you got the Libyan school, bunch of government flats, you know. Malta is very much like this area where you're always gonna see areas with loads of government flats and abandoned buildings and shit.
So all of this is St. Julian's?
More or less, yeah. Like Ta Giorni is split between being in the San Juan area and the St. Julian's area. And back in the day, if you got them two mixed up with certain people, they would always have something to say or ask you a few questions, you know, try and press you. But them niggas ain't really active no more. They still my homies, like, you know, but they ain't active. So my grandma's house around the corner. A lot of the elderly couples here all know me, my family, mainly because of her. Like, this is my hood, bro. This is my street. You know, this is Ta Giorni.
Yeah.
Been here for 8 years, basically just moving around as a teenager and growing up because of it. But yeah, this is how it moved. This is how all the young G's used to move back in the day.
You never made the video clips in this neighborhood?
I had taken like a video to promo one of my songs, but I deleted that shit quick, mainly because there was a bit of a beef going on with olders and youngins. But nowadays everything's cool because it was just niggas were just talking wild and it was a huge misunderstanding, but now everything's cool.
What did you release in the music?
Oh, I released a song called Believe Me. It was like, I think it was like the first proper drill track I ever dropped. I was trying to keep it as minimal as possible. I was just let my words do the talking. The instrumental was hard, you know, it was a cool piano beat in the background. All my niggas is wildin'. I was fucked up that night. I was really all over the place. Yeah, nigga, I think when it came to the bars, I was going crazy, bro. Even to this day, I still think it's one of the best songs I ever dropped, but nobody really listened to it. But I'll link my SoundCloud if you want to check that out, you know what I'm saying?
That's peak your peak. Tape out the drop into winning streak. Like Jordan, like Messi, back to back, go get deadly. Man trying to run, kept it sweat like carpet when the beef done started. Came in like Jim Khan Carnage, light skinned nigga, but you see the darkness. Girl, them be racking lines. There's no talk, no wasting time.
I think when I picked myself back up again, right after I had dropped Believe Me, I had a falling out with my old group, my old music group. And these are the niggas that I used to like steal from the store with, sell weed with, all this shit. But everything changed quick because I think it was a money dispute. They had thought I stole money from them when really we was all broke. We ain't got shit. What the fuck am I gonna steal from, you know? But I had the reputation of doing that shit when I was younger. I used to be the biggest kleptomaniac, steal from my homies, steal from my parents, all that shit. So it was easy for them to choose a target. The second I started making music again was because of my brother's best friend. His name's Cam. Like, and that nigga's, like, if it wasn't for him, bro, I probably would have never dropped Blood on the Cotton, a bunch of these tunes that I'm gonna drop in the next few months. And I thank him for that because the nigga can still rap. He is like a sick rapper. He produces a lot of his own shit sometimes. He's only working on that. I got my man Georgi. I got loads of niggas that are still coming up from this whole collective. But I gotta shout out Elfer too. Elfer is mad, bro. This nigga is basically, so we go so way back, it's mad. So his dad used to be my PE teacher at school. And he was my brother's best friend too. And he used to always say, like, man, I want to start rapping. Like, it would always be a joke for him. And he always used to freestyle when we used to work together at an English school. And now he's, like, singing and shit. And he's good, bro. Like, the niggas sound crazy. And it's another reason why he even came back to making music. Because if it wasn't for him to be like, bro, you know you're mad talented. You know you can still do this. You don't need a label to back you. You don't need any promo. Just do it for yourself. The second I just came out with that mentality, I felt like the old Spookz again, you know? Where I first I really grew up when I was living in Libya and I came back. When I just moved from my grandma's house, this is where I was. This is the original crib. Then after like we decided we was gonna move out, which is the apartments I showed you earlier. It's pretty crazy, bro. You know why? Cause a whole lot of niggas be thinking that I stayed in the same hood because we had the same place. Nah, it's because we just didn't want to leave. It's in the middle of everywhere, bro. It was too convenient for us to say no at any time, you know?
Is it the field of the neighborhood?
The field, bro, I'm telling you, bad niggas don't know like where to go to play footy, but they see this motherfucker and it's open. open field, ain't nobody come here. But bro, look at the goals. Look at them motherfuckers, bro. And look at this. It's crazy. If you come closer, you can see that the fucking netting is falling down, bro. And what pisses me off the most is that the government said, fuck it, they want to redo these playgrounds for these kids, but they ain't gonna let us niggas play ball, like, some bullshit. It might have something to do with the amount of noise. Then again, that doesn't make any sense, because they make noise over there.
Yeah. And they are good players in this neighborhood.
It's my family, bro.
yeah, you told me.
My family. I remember when we were younger, we had quite a lot of players who used to play with the national team of like under 15s, under 17s and stuff. I forgot their names, man. There was my homie Isaac. There was my motherfucking nigga Miguel, who I went to school with. Never got called up for the national team, but was always a baller. When it came to people that I went to school with in secondary, almost all of us were like taking football seriously. It was our whole lifestyle. If it wasn't up until we turned like 15, people started quitting football or realizing they hate the sport, is when they started to dive into things that are more intricate, like internet and TV and YouTube and music. When I picked up music, it was always in the back of my head, but it would have never been like something where I would have a motherfucking French YouTuber asking me to do an interview in my hood and shit, you know? So, you know, it's a cool thing. It's a cool experience, and it's great to be here. And I love the fact that niggas are trying to dive into my culture and where I come from and stuff, you know?
Nice, bro. Last question. I say this question to everybody in every interview. What is your favorite football team?
Bro,
I know the answer.
I'm a big gunner, bro. we are Arsenal fan over here, bro. I'm telling you, if you don't get top 4 this season and don't win Europa, you can come back to this video and you can DM me that we're a shit team, okay? Straight up.
Bro, what are your social networks to follow you?
Instagram at Spookz The Kidd. That's about it, to be fair. I don't really use anything else, just my IG. My YouTube, you can check out Tout, Pure Interactions. Shout out to my niggas out there, Cam, my brother Jacob, you know what I'm saying? We're out here, Med 56, Tout Pure. Let's get it.